Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I do apologize for the delay between my first Worms video to now, but it will all make sense. There's a reason behind it, but I'll explain that in a minute. Before I do so, there's three things I'd like to address. One being which, I hope you've all been well. I hope you had a good Christmas break, because I know for one in the UK, it's been a bit of a weird one, been a bit of an awkward one, but I hope you still find a way to make do. The second thing, for the people that have been adding me to play some Worms with me, don't worry, I will get round to you as many as I can, because I'm getting quite a lot of people give me friend requests now. I will play with you, but I don't play Worms a lot, so I'll probably look to see who's online. I will add you, and I'll look to see who's online when I'm playing Worms. And if you're free, I will add you, or I'll message you first, okay? But please keep the ads coming. I've enjoyed it. I'm liking to interact with new people, and the people that I have played with so far. It's been such a great experience. I've loved it. And this leads me on to my third point. If you like any of the content I'm bringing out, if you enjoy playing games with me, if you enjoyed anything about my channel, please give my videos a like, and please give me a subscribe. And if not, if you like full game workthroughs, check out some other videos, because the videos that will get more attention, I will start uploading more, and I'll start uploading more frequently. But for now, I'll keep uploading Worms videos if this is what you want. So when I finished recording the last video, the 7 top tips, if you haven't seen that, by the way, I'll put a link in the description, because I think some of these things I say now won't make sense unless you have the foundation of what I've mentioned before. But what I realized was that I'm not sure how authentic my tips were, just because of everyone was learning the game. So anything that I tried might have worked, so I can't really check how effective it was until the average player base were decent at the game, if that makes sense. So what I did was I waited for a while until 2 days before Christmas, I think. So Christmas Eve, to jump back on it again. So it's level 50s now. There's people that understood the game, they've mastered it. There's some people that are crazy, if I do say so myself. Just to see if my tips still work. So, but luckily, I learned some new things while I was doing it. Quick tip before we get onto the main one. My melee is now bound to R3. As you know, my jump's bound to L3. So far, this has worked wonders for me, because I don't have to move my fingers off the analog sticks to do any of the important functions like melee, jump, or, well, aim. Give it a try. Like, hopefully it works out for you. If it doesn't, no stress. Everyone plays differently. Just play something you're more comfortable with. But yeah, tip number 1, utilize your equipment. This is more to do with your grenades, your grapple gun, and your jetpack. I'm not that experienced with the grapple gun yet, but there's one tip I can give you for that. But let's focus on the grenades first. Do not be scared to use them, especially in deathmatch, because when you die, you can't take them with you. Let's be honest. Okay? So, let me tell you, I use my grenades in 2 ways, offensively and defensively, right? And I'll give you a tip for both. So, with offensively, you want to be using it in the sense of, I call it opening and closing. So, I'd use one grenade if I see an enemy, that especially if they're unaware from where I am, like if I'm in an event hidden, I'd throw a grenade at them to open the fight, and I'd probably send a few bullets with them. Get the early damage in, gives yourself the advantage in the fight. You've got 3 grenades, you have 3 opportunities to do that, okay? And then to close it, it's the opposite. So if you're in the middle of a fight, and you've done enough damage so they've got like an orange bar, or if a red bar, throw your grenade, because either way, the grenade will either kill them, or they'll panic enough to make the shot easier for you to take your kill shot. It's vital, because people don't use it enough, so if you have that advantage, you're gonna slay, you're gonna kill everybody, until people start to like wise up and use it themselves. Defensively, so when I'm running away from my enemies, or if I'm in a situation where I know I'm not gonna win, I'd run away, but I'd use my grenades to cover my escape. So I'd like roll, let's say, 10 meters, throw my grenade behind me, roll another 10 meters, throw the grenade behind me, and then leave it for a bit. Then if I see the enemy again, I'll throw the grenade again. But the reason why I leave it for a bit is because I don't want the pattern to become predictable. So I'll throw the grenade, they'll probably get shot by it the first time, throw it again, they'll kind of semi-expect it, but sometimes they can get caught by it. It happens, sometimes they get caught by it, sometimes they don't. But the third one, the reason why I put a break on it is because the opponent's going to expect a third grenade. So what they'll do is they'll probably act hesitant, and in that time you can wait and regen your health. Then when they get the confidence to push on you, you can throw your grenade again, which ensures that you can get max health, and if you're lucky, do some damage to them. And so far, it has worked for me. I don't really have clips of it because it's just in my gameplay. I don't really see it as like a key moment. It's just part of my gameplay when I've got grenades. Give it a try. It will work. It will help. So, the jetpack. I did not realise how important this tool was until I came back after my hiatus. this tool is just amazing just because it makes you can be move unpredictably, you can escape whenever you want to, and you'll probably see it get used like 30 seconds in a clip if someone uses it against me, and you can control the fight by putting pressure on your opponent because you can attack from all angles in an instant. Just fly. Oh, okay, you're on that side. I'll just fly over the top. Oh, you're on that side. I'll just fly back over the top. Oh, you hurt me. I can just fly away. Boom, sorted. Use it, please. Now, there's not really much explanation to it, but when you try that and understand that, you realize how important it actually is. But a little fun tip I learned from there. I'm not sure if it's like a common knowledge or not, but I'll tell you anyway. You can use your jetpack to stop yourself from getting the fall stun. So as you know, when you fall from a certain height, you will get stunned when you hit the ground. But what I do, I'll fall and I'll see my momentum build up, and if I build up too much, I'll keep tapping L1 until I slow down enough. Then I'll fall a bit more. Then if I'm close to the floor, I'll just tap it again just to make sure. And 9 times out of 10, I don't get stunned when I land. Try it. It is really good. It's really effective because, especially if you're fighting someone on the top floor and you jump off and they chase after you, you won't be stunned. They'll come hit the floor and they'll get stunned, and then you have an advantage. Free kill, bish bash bosh, easy W. Quick tip for the grapple gun. Like, I'm not that experienced with it, but I kind of get how it's used. It's based heavily off momentum. That's one thing I do notice. So, I think one thing I do notice for it's amazing to escape on like the horizontal axis, like to run away from them without climbing up. Because I see people use it a lot, like a grappling hook. So they'd shoot it up to one point and just pull themselves up. You can use it that way. Don't get me wrong, but I use it more of like a momentum shifter. So if I want to escape, I use it to like rope swing across the map, cover distance. That'd be effective. I think it'd be helpful in battle royale, especially if you got like a toxic cloud to run away from. It'd be better. I think it'd be more effective than the jetpack in some ways, just because you can cover so much more distance with less. It has a longer amount of usage before it runs out. And if you can figure out any other uses for me, please let me know in the comments, because like at the same time I'm part of you guys. I want to learn stuff too. Like I'm still learning. If you have anything else that helps me, let me know. Tip number 2. Off-screen shooting and vent checks. This doesn't really require much of an analysis, but I just explain the importance of it. I see a lot of people in this game, they don't engage until they can see you in front of them, and they stop engaging once you leave the screen. That shouldn't be the case because the bullets travel off screen. So I'm saying it's more important when people are running away rather than engaging, because that's just up to you. But what I do, if someone's running away from me, I kind of still try and predict what they'll be doing until I can't do it anymore, until I stop getting damaging. Because the map shows you more than you can see on screen. So if I can see the layout of the map and I can see it's just a straight line, the only thing the person can really do is jump. So I will keep shooting at about head height, maybe a bit higher, or yeah, about that. And then hopefully get hit markers, because the thing is, it can get you that kill that you have to be put in a dangerous situation. It's really important, it's really overlooked, but give it a shot. And I'll go on to my next thing, which is quick vent checks. It's just to put it simple, if you don't know who's in the vent, use your gun to find out. Trust me, it works every time. Rule number 3 is more of a mentality than it is actually a gameplay tip, and I recommend you trying to get used to this in deathmatch rather than battle royale. But that is just, don't be scared of dying. There's a difference between trying to stay alive and being scared of dying. Because when people are scared of dying, there's normally people that are protecting their KD for some reason. I don't know who they're trying to prove things to, but they'll end up hiding in a corner, and they're like, okay, I don't care if I get 3 kills as long as I don't die more than twice. That is a bad mentality to have, because the less engagements you have, the less experience you're going to gain. So then when you start going against more experienced players, you're going to eventually die, which means you have a lower KD. It's simple. It just makes sense, right? But myself, throw yourself out there, try and apply everything you learned. When you die, figure out what it is that killed you, what you could have done better. Because 9 times out of 10, there is a way out of every scenario. Even if you don't execute it yourself, there probably was a way that would have given you a better chance of surviving. Think about it that way. But when you're too busy worried about your KD and worried about not dying and trying to stay alive, you don't. A, you know, are you really enjoying the game? And B, like, you're not helping yourself in the long run. It might feel good then when you're playing against people at level 2s and 3s because they're running into little traps. But when people know the maps, you're going to end up being that person that's a free kill because they just hide in that same corner every time. Don't do it, please. So everything I was saying in tip number 3 kind of ties in with tip number 4, which is adaptability and fight sense, or fight IQ, depends who you ask. Same thing, don't at me. But this is just the ability to be able to change what your play is or what you're doing if the situation changes as well. Because what I see a lot is that people will probably be like a 1v1 and then they get this thing that I call tunnel vision. So they're like, this person's low health, and he's hitting one more time. But I don't care, this person's behind me. I'm just going to get my kill. And then 9 times out of 10, I end up getting both kills because that person isn't paying attention on me. I'll kill the low health target, and then all the ones easy pickings. So that's on the adaptability side of it. You need to be able to switch your play based on what other unforeseen variables come in. So another player appears, you can switch up to what you can. Can you still achieve what you were going to do with the plan before? If so, stick to what you were doing before. If not, switch up to make sure to be the most effective play. Fight sense is a little different. So the more games you play, the more weapons you get comfortable with, the more situations you get put in, the more strategies you try, even the more times you die. Oh my days, who is this guy with the rhymes? I'm sorry, I get carried away. But that will all improve your game sense, because all game sense really is pushing back that limit to the point where the limit of where you say, I'm stuck, what do I do to get out of the situation? The more developed your fight sense is, the less likely you'll be put in that situation. Instead of saying, oh, what do I do next, you'll go, oh, I've been in a situation similar to this, I should try, this might work, oh, this might not work. Because then even if you fail and die in that situation, you tried something and you will improve the next time you get put in a similar situation. And that's all your fight sense really is. Now, I'm oversimplifying it because I know there's more to it, like there's technical aspects to it, but it's not necessary. Just putting it like that is enough to know, honestly. Tip number 5, we're here again, we're talking about the bat, aka the head swinger, aka the jaw dropper, the return to sender, the access denier, or my favourite, thou shalt not blast. In my last video, I was stressing the importance of the bat, and I didn't even know like 20% of how powerful this thing is. So I will tell you again how important this bat is. Dude, so first things first, the deflections. I did not know they could deflect anything. Anything. I thought with certain projectiles, everything I've encountered, I'm not sure about sheep launchers yet, so that may not be the one, has been I've deflected with my bat at least once. To the point, I was in a squad royale, last squad standing, what you want to call it, and quote me if I'm wrong, if it actually happens, please put it in the comments, I want to know if it's true or not. I saw someone shoot a shotgun blast, and then have a ping pong battle with another person with that same pellet of shotguns. Like it went, shot, he pinpointed it back, he pinpointed it back again, then the other person ping-ponged it back, and then killed him. Now, that was a tongue twister, flipping out. But, yeah, I did not know the bat was that powerful. It can deflect anything. So, I'll give you an example of how to use it. The bat is a good counter for shotguns. It's a bad counter for stuff like your assault rifles because they have constant damage. You deflect one, and during your cooldown of your first swing, you will still get hit. So be careful with that. You've still got to pick and choose what you're using it for. But that being said, the range alone of the bat, you have at least, I'd say, a second of uptime. So if any projectile comes in front of your bat whilst you're swinging for that second of the animation, it will work. But then the thing that I've noticed as well is that I tried it because of Overwatch again. But if you melee in any direction and then rotate your stick after you've meleeed, you will still hit everything in that area. I've got a feeling they're going to patch it at some point because that is a bit overpowered, and if they don't, then that's an issue. But yeah, so what I mean then, so you could basically aim ahead of you, and if someone came behind you, you could literally flick your stick to the other direction, and your bat will still work if it's in the right time. Oh, good deflection there, see that? But please take note of that because it is so powerful, and I think you can hit multiple people at once with one bat swing. I'm gonna test it out, but I'm pretty sure that you can, because the radius of it is so wide that it's hard to not use it. It's one of the most powerful weapons in the game, if not, yeah, top 3 at least. Top 3. Sheep launchers up there, shotguns up there, and the baseball bat. The assault rifle is all good if you used by the right people, but just fundamentally, those 3 weapons are so powerful. the thing is, at this point of the Worms Rumble life cycle, you probably already know about this because I'm the one that hasn't been playing for a while. But I can't make a video like this without stressing the importance of the weapon because it has so much potential which I didn't know about. And the thing is, I'll probably learn more between this video and my next video because I just don't know. I keep learning things on this game. But I've got a little nugget of knowledge for you, which is, I bet you already know this as well, but if you're above your opponent, because do you know how the bat does knockback when you hit them? Yeah, it gives a knockback between every swing. You see there? So the thing you can do is, if you're above your opponent and you hit them like towards the floor, because it gives them so much momentum, the game will treat it like they fell from a height. When they hit the floor, they'll get stunned for like that second and a bit, like I mentioned before, which makes them an easy kill. And the thing on Worms, because people jump a lot, and don't quote me on this, it might be correct, because someone let me know if I'm right, but I think when you're in the air, you gather more momentum when you get hit by knockback. So I think if people keep jumping and jumping and jumping all the time, and you hit them downwards, you're more likely to cause that stun, which gives you an advantage, especially if you have a shotgun. An easy shotgun blast to a lying target, easy kill. But yeah, the weapon is powerful. So yeah, that's my top 5 tips since the last update of Worms Rumble. I'm sure I'm going to discover some more, and if I do and I think it's worthwhile, I will let you know, or I'll make a little mini video or something. I'll figure it out. But now I'll leave the floor to you. If there's anything you want me to talk about or look at in this game or in any other game, just let me know in the comments. Like, if you want me to like do a weapons breakdown, like an in-depth analysis of each weapon, or trying a challenge like trying to use only a weapon in a game, let me know. That I'm open to anything. I'm in lockdown. I've got nothing to do. Give me something to do, please, please. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe, because I can see this game becoming a giant. This game has so much potential, and if you want to see more, let me know. Take care, and I'll see you soon.